Hey, welcome to Voices of Reality. I am Elisa,
Farah.
and we are back to discuss and wrap up Beverly Hills. Well, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12. I know we kind of late, but better late than never. But there's still a lot to discuss. Always. There's still a lot of discussion going on about Lisa Rinna, about the whole situation with Kathy. That's never ending because it's still like they're still not even speaking, Kathy and her sister Kyle, but let's jump right into it.
Mhm.
So we left off the last time. We kind of wrapped up most of what happened, some of the episodes, but now we leading into the last episode, going into the reunion, which starts off with Garcelle's Birkin party, and she gifted herself a Birkin bag, and then that's where they discussed the whole Lisa Rinna locking herself in the bathroom from Kathy.
Well, first of all, the party with Garcelle and the Birkin, I kind of felt uncomfortable watching that because I felt like it was peer pressure back when you were in high school. Like, come on, try it, do it, and go. So I felt like she was kind of. I mean, she did have a Birkin party, which made sense. I think if you're having a Birkin party, it's with the intentions of purchasing one.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you could see that she was reluctant, unsure, but it seems like she was pressured into buying one. So that was made me feel like, oh, like Garcelle, do you really want to buy it? Or was it, I'm going to buy it just for the scene, and then she returned it once the cameras were off? But in Watch What Happens Live, she mentioned that she did actually keep the bag.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, I think that she should, because I can be like that too. I'm kind of like, I don't have her type of money, but I am definitely frugal in that sense. Like, I would never spend like something that's, I can imagine whatever her wages is, like to get something like that, I'm sure it's like a big, like hefty price in comparison to her tax bracket. So I consider that like myself, like buying a Chanel or like some kind of like Gucci that's like 20, like a 10,000, I'm gonna say $10,000 bag. I mean, I could afford it, but would I buy a $10,000 bag? Absolutely not. Now, I
Mm.
don't know if somebody pressure me. I still don't know. That's still way too much for me. But I get it. Like, it's like you kind of got to live a little. So I get why people saying like buy it, splurge. You can do it once in a while. It doesn't have to be all the time. I do have some Gucci's and Pradas and Fendi's, but that's like once in the like every decade I buy it.
Yeah. And we're not in her social circle. I mean, if you are in Beverly Hills and part of that elite crowd, you should have at least one Birkin. But it was
Yeah.
for me when I saw the color, I'm like, well, damn, how many outfits you go wear with that color? Wasn't it like a yellowish?
Yes. I was just, it just went to my image, just got into my head. Yes.
Yeah, I
Yellow.
would have gotten black so I could with how many outfits as possible. Not
Mm-hmm.
a bright yellow. Whenever you have that bag, people know. So you, how many times could she possibly wear it or use it?
Yeah.
So
But
that
I
was
mean,
my.
huh?
I said that was my take. If I'm spending that kind of money, it better be a neutral color that I could wear with multiple different outfits, not bright yellow.
Yeah, and then everyone's gonna be looking like that's the bag that you just bought, and you're like, killing it,
Yeah,
overkill.
every outfit with that yellow bag.
Yeah, so I mean, she splurged. That's good for her. I say go for it. We only live once. I tell myself that when I'm being kind of frugal with myself. So then, Garcelle, Kyle explains. Wait, no, this is Garcelle. Okay, then Brenna kind of discusses with Garcelle about Kathy and her Kathy's meltdown in Aspen. And she explains that she had to lock herself in the bathroom because Kathy was like having like a nervous breakdown.
I mean, as tough as Lisa Rinna pretends to be, I can't see her run in a bathroom and hiding herself. Like, what was Kathy doing if she wasn't being physical towards you? I think she was exaggerating, running to the bathroom and hiding.
Yeah, I think she's being dramatic. I do
Yeah,
believe that something did happen. I believe that Kathy did, like I said in our previous Beverly Hills episode. Hope y'all go back and watch it. That I do believe that something did happen. I believe that she did have a breakdown and was going crazy up in that house. But I think Renna is like stirring the pot. She is definitely being over dramatic, which I would do too. If I'm on the show, I'm gonna get us these checks. Okay, I'm gonna keep these checks rolling in, get these producers to get the scene so we can go home. And Renna is doing just that. But
Yeah, but to hide yourself in the bathroom, come on. The woman didn't have a
I'm
weapon.
dramatic like that too. I would be the same way. I hid in the bathroom and I was shaking and shivering, and then she started banging down the bathroom
Oh my
door.
God. All those lies?
It's not lies, it's embellishing.
Lies. If you weren't in the
No, it's
bathroom,
and that's the name of my company, by the way, Embellish Vibes. And I named it that because that is me. I'm going to embellish because I like to give people the visual, but I like to give it to them 10 times, like a
lies.
big visual. No, okay. But moving right along to Kyle's foundation party where she's wearing like $1 billion necklace and they all got like borrowed diamonds on and they just flaunting around and raising money and all that good stuff.
I like that Garcelle didn't wear one. It felt like I don't need to put one. It's gonna mess up my outfit. I mean, I don't think I would care to wear $1 million of jewelry on. That wouldn't do anything.
I mean, I kind of would just to like, maybe manifest something, like manifest it, like put it on, like get that feeling, get the vibe, and like kind of like bring some good juju that I am going to have this $1 million. I don't have to borrow it next time. It's going to be mine. It's going to come to me. So I would do it just for that.
I mean, the way that they act like Dory and Kyle, like they have all this money, I was so surprised to see how fascinated they were with the jewelry. I would assume.
I think because they can't, I don't think they're in that tax bracket to buy a $5 million necklace.
True. I mean, I don't think, was Diana there? I don't remember if Diana was at the party.
I don't think Diana was there.
Okay. I wanted to see how she reacted to the jewelry.
Yeah, because I think she could afford that. She definitely did. She married good. That's one woman who definitely did good, and that's what I think all of those women aim for. But Diane hit the jackpot. But
Sutton.
Oh yeah, Sun does too. But she doesn't. She's not like. But you don't really see her house and the extravagance and the luxury that Diana shows. Like Diana's house, and in comparison, when they show Sun's house, I don't remember anything like ooh, like when they show Sun's house.
I mean, for us, it's not ooh, but she's awkward. Her taste is different, so
yeah, it is a little like she's not going to get that.
Table that we're like, it's not that good looking to us. It's probably like $10,000 dining room table,
True.
Just like her fashions.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know. Yeah.
So Kyle like explains to Crystal that she just wants to move on because she starts talking about like the whole situation with Kathy with Crystal, and Kyle explains that she just wants to move on, and Garcelle told Kyle that she spoke to Kathy because I guess Kathy wasn't there, and that was like strange to me. Like, okay, you didn't speak. It just seemed to me like Garcelle is right when she said on Andy like she's closer to Kathy than Kyle is. Because it was almost like, to me, it was like Garcelle was telling her, I spoke to Kathy and like she's not coming. I don't know. To me, it just seemed like she was kind of more in the loop of what Kathy's up to for that day.
More so than
mm-hmm. And what I liked about that scene too is like even throughout all of this, Garcelle seemed to be neutral. Like even though the way Kyle acts toward Garcelle when everything's going on with Erica, and just her buttoning even with her son and Erica cursing out Garcelle's son. To me, if I was Garcelle and that whole Kathy and Kyle situation went on, it was like Kyle was not Kyle. Garcelle is really being supportive of Kyle.
Both, I think, too. I mean, she was still
I think,
talking.
yeah, but I just feel like Kathy is more deserving of it because Kathy's really her friend. It seems like they have more of a connection, whereas her and Kyle. So that's why I say I'm more emphasizing Kyle because they're not really friends. She's more friends with Kathy. So that's expected. To me, I Garcelle is better than me because I could never like,
Be
they call
as
themselves the
supportive.
five, huh?
Be as supportive.
Yeah, like in the way that Garcelle is kind of like telling, Erica and Brenna like back off and all of this, like that wouldn't be me. Like it would be, I would probably stay out of it. I wouldn't rub it in, but I would let Kyle know, like, you see how the tables turn? Like you see how you can feel ganged up on and like no one's in your corner. And it's like funny, like your friend Erica's not even in your corner. The five Fox 4 or 5 or whatever they call themselves, your homegirl's not even in your corner. They're against you. So it's just like funny how the tables turn.
Well, they're acting like they're in her corner. They're acting like,
Lorena
oh,
and
sister, look what your sister's doing. Yeah, they're acting like they're in her corner. Like, oh, your sisters did this. We can't believe
I
she
don't
did
think
this.
so.
I don't think they're in her corner either.
I don't even think they acting. I think they like, how many times did Kyle say, "Can you leave it alone? I just want to move on." And Erica and them are like, "No, like why do you have to dig into my lifestyle? But we can't dig into your sister's life. What's going on with her and her like, demons and skeletons in her closet. We need to pull them out." And I feel the same way. I'm with Erica and Renna on this. I'm sorry. I'm team Erica on this one. But
as far as telling about Kathy,
yeah.
I think so too, because Kyle is always ready to put somebody on blast.
Yeah. So then Garcelle asked Renna, why did Kathy apologize? Like what basically like what was she apologizing for? Like I would feel the same way. Like why is she had a meltdown? Like I guess because she subjected her to that. So and Garcelle spoke to Kyle and asked Kyle like basically the same thing. They just going on. She's being supportive of her. Kyle said, Renna was talking about how she can get cancer because she needs to let it out and let everybody know what happened because, it can build up and become like fester in her body and become a poison. What did you think about that? Because a lot of people in the Cancer Society felt like that was like disgusting to say and compare.
I mean, when she said, I was shocked, like, oh, but I mean, people do get cancer from being stressed out, but I don't see the correlation between that and cancer. Like this wasn't that much of a big, I don't know, to me, it wasn't that much of a big situation where you feel like your body would just, you'll be so stressed out that you get cancer, but people get stressed out about other stuff. But when she said it was kind of like, oh, wow, she said that, but I think she would have been like, oh, it's better for me to let this out and not hold it so I don't get any medical issues, which could be high blood pressure, heart, whatever. But I think that's what she should have said instead of cancer. And why were people upset that she said cancer?
Because that's like really extreme and a lot of people are suffering from cancer, and to like basically say you're comparing like some meltdown or gossip that you were subjected to, having like, that's like extreme. But it goes back to what I said. To me, I just think Ren is being dramatic, and that is the extreme of the dramatics. I don't know if I would go that far and say I don't know. I wouldn't put it past, because sometimes I go far with my dramatics like that too. But I don't think I would like bring up cancer. I'd probably say a heart attack or something. I don't think I would say cancer because, like you said, I know like things like that do fester. I mean, not like that, but I'm saying stress. I'm speaking of stress. And Renna is saying that it was stress. And, for her to be subjected to that, she had to lock herself in the bathroom. She was frightened. So in that sense, I'm just saying she's basically saying it's so stressful to keep it in. She needs to let it out, let the women know what happened to her, like kind of like therapeutic, let it out and then release it so it can be out of her system and release the burden. So to me, it's a little like, you can't say what's stressing somebody else and what they stressed out about.
Yeah, that's all I said. I didn't find it offensive.
Yeah, I mean,
like this is gonna stress you, not your mother passing. Maybe she said with this situation and what I'm dealing with my mom's passing, maybe she should have added all her other stress factors. I don't know. It was just
I
one of
mean,
those.
she is coming from like she is an actress, like so. It's like it's kind of funny to me.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I'm not an actress, but like I said, I get where she's coming from because she's so like she's delving into that whole actress soap opera like persona. I
Extra.
think she's digging deep for that and bringing it out onto the show. So I mean, I'm all for it. I love the dramatics. I like Brenna and what she's bringing to the show. Sorry, but y'all can leave y'all opinions down below and let us know what you think too. I'm Team Brenna and Erica in this instance.
I don't like Rena, so just Team America.
So then Kyle says basically that the tabloids and everybody knows about the meltdown and someone is spilling the tea to the paparazzi. And she kind of like blamed her home girl, Erica, basically, in more or less words. She said it was Erica.
Who said Rena?
No, when Kyle said that the story
Oh
was
yeah,
getting out.
somebody told her that it was from Erica's team. Most likely. But I
Yeah,
like the fact that
Kathy had an investigation apparently, and the findings were that uh it was Erica and somebody from her team.
I believe it. I believe it was Erica. I also like the way that son confronted them too. Like, which one of you is, released this news? So I was
Yeah,
like, oh, look at son getting tough.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's so funny how the tables turned, and it's like now it's kind of like the Fox Five is splitting up right before our eyes. And Sutton and Garcelle is basically the supporters of Kyle. Like it's just weird to me. So they basically Kathy's publicist said that it was Erica. Erica denied it and said that basically tried to say that that she shares the same publicist as Kathy's daughter, Nikki Hilton.
Hmm.
And that was her excuse. Like maybe it was because they share the same publicist and the publicist put it out, they share the same publicist. So it maybe wasn't from her camp. It was from the camp that they share.
I doubt it. I doubt they would release that information.
Yeah, and from the Hilton side, I doubt it. Even if they do share the same publicist, the Hilton publicist is not going to release information about a Hilton
in a negative way.
Mm-hmm. And and then did you see the part that when Renna was like, Renna is one hardcore cheerleader for Erica and like her spokesperson. Did you see the way Renna was like, no, who did it? Nobody did it. It wasn't Erica. It wasn't her publicist. Why do you like the way that she was like
they really
speaking up? I was like, I need somebody to be on my team like that.
Yeah, she really has Erica's back. Well, until they turn on each other, who knows?
Blindly. I don't think they're gonna turn on each other. They haven't turned on each other yet.
Well, they're good friends, I'll tell you that much.
I believe it is what'd you say?
Even the reunion, how Erica took the fall for what Lisa did with the book.
Yeah. And I believe that Brenna, I believe that Erica did like maybe funnel some money to her. I think that's why Brenna is so hardcore for Erica, like as far as support. I believe that that's what the rumor mill is, that at one point in time, Erica gave her like a lot of like 6 figures, $1 million or something to help her with something. I forgot what it was, but there was some kind of like money that came from Erica's side when she was rolling in the dough with the husband, that she gave Brenna like a lot of money and helped her out in the situation.
I wouldn't be
surprised. Yeah, and it just seemed like Brenna is like blindly, like that scene spoke volumes, the way that she like supports Erica. It's ridiculous.
I didn't hear that rumor. But
yeah so mm-hmm. And Kathy, yeah, so and then it kind of ends at that scene with Erica and Kyle basically what is it? Erica's well known to take
That was
Yeah, it kind of
basically
ended that
that was
scene
the end
though.
of that the season. The season ended with them going at that um Kyle and saying, "Oh, we need to let your sister. We need to say what's happened with your sister." And Kyle's basically just leave it alone because you're really hurting me. Telling, talking about it. So I think that was the end of it. It
It
ended
was
with
the end.
them somewhat divided, and Kyle on
Yeah.
the island by herself.
Well, no, I don't think so. I feel like Garcelle, which like I said, I don't know, she better than me because there's no way I would be so supportive. But I give it to Garcelle. Like I mean, she says she stands up for what's right, and I think that that's what Kyle needs to take notes on. Stand up for what's right. Don't just blindly have somebody's back. And we're all in a friendship group. And I'm not gonna just blindly have your back. Like if we're all friends, I'm gonna just be like, I'm not gonna just start sticking up for you when it's like obviously wrong. And I think that's what Kyle needs to take notes on. Like Garcelle is really sticking up for her. And like Garcelle said, she's gonna stand up for what's right, not because somebody's her friend. And she is standing up for Kyle in this situation against her own friend Renna and Erica, which is crazy.
Yeah, she is. I wouldn't. I let them
Yeah,
fall apart. Just let the friendship fall apart.
exactly. Like I said, I don't know. I can Garcelle. I'm learning. I'm learning. Maybe I need to be the bigger person.
Hmm.
So this leads into the reunion. That was the end of it, and then we get into like the first three parts of the reunion.
I
So
thought the reunion wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. The only part that was good was Kathy Hilton when she came. It was boring to me.
I didn't think it needed. I think the boring part was they dragged it for two episodes. It was
Three,
three
wasn't it
parts.
three?
It was three parts.
Should have been two.
Yeah, I think probably two. I don't even think it would have needed 2 full hours. I think they dragged on a lot of it, like as far as like delving into the whole Crystal situation while her friends are not speaking to her and all this other like stuff that we didn't really need to like delve deep into. But 3 parts, but the it starts off with the Dorit and the robbery. Remember, you was like feeling bad and ready to cry when she got robbed.
I know, but it was a little too much drawn out talk about it again. Like now I got enough. I felt bad for her. Whoa, 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 whoa. But I didn't want to feel like it should have been like such a big topic in the reunion. But it had to because that was something that happened to her. But moving right along.
But what did you think about? Did you see the part where Kyle says that her robbers called her and
Well, said they have her stuff if she wants to come get them or something, or pay for them to get them back. Which I found weird. You don't call the cop. I mean, some of these things sounds fishy.
that's what I'm saying. I'm always say I was saying if y'all go back to my episode, I'm telling you, I'll be on point with these. I'm very clairvoyant, okay? I'll be on point with my predictions because we going back to what I said, and I felt like all of these robberies are a setup. Like it's just crazy how if me, you, any of us, go to rob somebody's house, we gonna get caught like, and if we rob somebody that's not even known. But it's like I figure like if I'm like got a like bad disposition, I'm like a criminal or something. I think the best way to get away with a crime is to rob a rich person, rob one of the housewives, because it seemed like
They
you'll
don't
get
get
away with the
caught at
crime.
all. Maybe they have they in cahoots with the police or pay them off or they just close the case. I don't understand,
They
Doreen.
never get caught.
Yeah, I've never heard it said, "Oh, we caught these people that robbed the house," and all the stuff that's happened with security all the time. It happens that they don't have security that day.
That's what I'm saying. Like these are the people that the criminals should be caught ASAP. Like, so it's crazy. Like if I'm a criminal in my neighborhood, I'm gonna get caught instantly. But people are robbing the rich and famous and they're not getting caught. I think these be insurance scams or maybe for the show. Something's going on. And then the robber calling her. Well, I had to Google that. So why about this rob? Yeah, I wanted to Google what happened with the call because she didn't tell. Like, did she give him the money? Like, they didn't say what happened. The robber called. He offered her money, like a ransom or whatever, to get her jewelry back. Did she get the jewelry back? Did she give him the money? Did she meet him in a dark alley to get the bag of jewelry?
Is
Like,
she that stupid? And she wasn't able to track the person that called her?
that's what I'm saying. Like, we want to know what the conclusion is to the ransom.
And the robber felt comfortable enough to call her, like, oh yeah, by the way, I have your stuff. I want money, and thinking she's
Years later.
It's stupid. The whole story.
And instead of conning it, he's gonna call the person he done stole the stuff from and try to get the money back instead of going to the pawn shop. Come on now. From what I heard, the rumor mill, the word on the street in Garcelle's channeling her is that she was caught with the jewelry on in pictures. And
she said that they stole?
Yes. The stuff that she said that was stolen from her, they said that she's in pictures with the stolen jewelry. So now she done drummed up this story that the criminals called her with some ransom and basically was like, we got your jewelry, come and give us some money. Supposedly she gave the money and she got the jewelry back. That's why they didn't wrap that story up, because I think she says that she gave them the money and she got some of her jewelry back.
That doesn't make any sense. Step one, and get them caught. Where did you meet them? How did you get the money back? Why? Stupid.
Exactly. They skip right over that. Mm-hmm. So then they talk about Crystal's. This is what I'm saying. All of this stuff we could have did without. They talk about Crystal's eating disorder.
Yeah, I don't really care about that.
And Erica's comments. Crystal just is like a mess. And then Dorit apologizes to Crystal. And then they discussed, my topic. I love that topic, the dark comments. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't really dive into it though. I don't think Crystal still didn't explain herself well. They kind of attacked her and just say they didn't believe her. And they didn't really change their mind of what they thought about Crystal.
Exactly. And then the way that Kyle goes so hard on Crystal is just crazy to me. And I did like the way Crystal was like, enough, shut the F up. She didn't say shut the F up, but in more or less words, it was like Crystal kind of was like, you can't tell me how to feel. Like, you can't tell me if I said it was dark, it's dark. But I just feel like none of them, I just feel like Crystal, like you said, she isn't really articulating herself in a way. And then I think at the same time, and then also, in all of this, Sutton, who's the main topic of this whole conversation with the dark comments that she said, she is absolutely like quiet the whole time.
Quiet.
She's not saying anything.
Because they were like, oh, we thought maybe she said something racist, and she didn't say anything racist.
But she's not even saying anything. Like, she's like quiet the whole time while all these other women are kind of like pouncing on Crystal. But it's like Sutton's not saying neither. She's not saying I did, I didn't. She's not really like kind of like, she's just sitting back, like watching the show, like as if it has nothing to do with her.
Yeah, because she's not trying to give any light to it. I would have done the same thing. Like, oh, can you just move her right along? She doesn't.
No, but if you didn't say a dark comment and you're not racist, I would be standing 10 toes down on like, no, like I would be with the other women basically saying, yeah, she is like lying. That's not right. What you're doing is not right. It's wrong. You know you're wrong. You know I didn't say it. Like, she's not saying anything to even have her own back.
I think she said a little bit, and I think she already felt with the season, she was vindicated already. I don't think her and Crystal had a conversation about it. And we all saw that her and Crystal's relationship wasn't, messed up due to that. So we kind of know the comment wasn't that bad. Mm-hmm. The comment could not have been that bad because Crystal's still friends with her.
I believe so too. And I think they talked about it. And I think a part of this dark comment situation, I believe that Crystal it's kind of like with the book situation with Garcelle and Renna and Erica, where it was Garcelle's, not Garcelle. It was kind of like Erica took the brunt for it being like, it was really Renna's picture. Mm-hmm. So to me, I believe with the dark comment, I believe that Crystal is kind of like trying to explain herself, but trying not to keep throwing Sutton under the bus. Like I think she is kind of like forgiving Sutton for it, and she doesn't want to
keep
make
rehashing.
it worse.
Yeah, and keep rehashing the same topic.
Yeah, because I think that Sutton knows too what she said. I believe that it was probably sort of dark, but I believe that not Garcelle, Crystal isn't really going deep with it. So in order to save Sutton and not really like make her look worse, I just think she's kind of covering for Sutton more so than herself. Like she's kind of just out there, like just out there fighting this battle when Sutton did say something, but she's trying not to say what
I
it
think
was.
Sutton said something, but after speaking to Sutton realized what she said was wrong, or she's like, "Oh, that's not how I meant it." And then Chris is like, "Well, why even bother saying what she said? I don't think she really meant it in that way." I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I believe so, and I believe that it's water under the bridge. Like you said, I think they got over it, and it's like time to move on. Kind of like with the Kyle and Kathy situation. Kyle just wants to move on, and the other women don't, and they keep kind of rehashing it. Like Sutton wants to move on, Kristen wants to move on. So then they get into the Crystal and the 14 friends like deading her relationship.
I didn't care about that either.
I just felt like Kyle needs to mind her business. Like, it has nothing to do with her. Like, you want people to stay out of your business when it comes to you and your sister. Stay out of my business. And that's why I say Garcelle, again, is a good person, because I would make Kyle feel what I feel. Like, when you want to butt into my business and my 14 friends, and then Garcelle with the Jax situation, her son, you butting in when it has nothing to do with you, I kind of would be a little petty and start butting in with her and her sister. And I would be like, you know what? I want you to see how it feels when you button in my business, bitch.
But 14 friends is a lot of people to talk to. Crystal did something wrong.
I believe she did too. I believe that it was something that she did. And I think they was kind of like, she wasn't minding her, she was minding, their Crystal's business when it had nothing to do with her. But it seems like Kyle and them know what happened with the 14 friends, because Crystal started getting a little tongue tied and switching up her story as Kyle was questioning her.
Mm-hmm. Like she didn't really want to talk about it or let it be revealed.
Yeah, and then she made it seem like the 14 friends were jealous of her. And Kyle was basically like, why would they be jealous when some of them were asked to be on the show too? And I think that's what, I started to look at the story and see like what else is like going on with that story. But it seemed to be that Crystal and these 14 friends, a lot of them friends were asked to be on the show too. So Crystal was basically like bad mouthing them, like, why would you be on the show? That show is like degrading. It's like you shouldn't be on it. And then a lot of them turned the show down. So that's what Kyle was saying when she was like, but your friends were asked to be on it. Why would they be jealous of you when they were asked to be on it? So from the story that I gather from the background tea was that Crystal basically was degrading them, basically saying, you shouldn't go on that show, whatever, whatever. And then Crystal turns around and then she goes on the show.
Oh, shady. 14 friends? All 14 were going to be on the show?
No, a lot of them. But, as a group, it's like, bitch, you're shady. We don't want nothing to do. So, they all kind of like, seem like they all gathered.
Them to producers too.
Yeah.
Or Andy.
That's what it seemed like. And then it seemed like maybe she influenced them not to do it. Whoever the couple out of the 14, she kind of influenced them not to do it. And then she went ahead and went on the show after you done like kind of made them make it seem like they were like trash.
For doing it, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so. And then Diana comes on. And that was like toward the end of that like part. It was like she comes on, and then they asked about the licking of the lips and stuff like that, and why she licking her lips. And
I didn't really care. It was just a bad habit. Like I said, this reunion was like, to me, there was nothing of interest to me. Really.
I mean, I think that part was good when they start talking about, in this instance, they start talking about Diana being behind the attack on Jax.
I was surprised. I didn't think they thought it was her. I thought from social media they implied it was Renna.
Really? No, I think they always implied that it was her.
Oh, for some reason, I could have saw it social media. They said it was probably Rena. Oh, they think it's Diane. I mean,
I forgot why they think it's Diane. Is the reason why?
I
I
think
mean,
it's
y'all can leave a comment down below, huh?
one of the comments I think said leave Diana alone or something like that.
Oh yes, that's what it was. That's why she kind of think it, because it was like out of all, like, why would the person, the anonymous person, the bot as they call them, say leave Diana alone?
Now, what do you think of what Diana said when she sent Garcelle some, I think, assistant, whatever, that she'll sue Garcelle, or she made some kind of threat via text to Garcelle because Garcelle's son copied the text and put in, I guess, in his feed and at Diana's name, and then other trolls or fans of Garcelle started attacking Diana.
I would never, like, the way that for them to even insinuate or Kyle to butt in again, like I said, Kyle not minding her business and kind of like articulating for Diane basically that why it's okay to say that she's going to sue her and stuff like that. But I don't agree. I agree with Garcelle. Like, if somebody puts up something about my son and hanging him or choking him like George Floyd, and then he kind of put up something like a comment or whatever, and and in the same comment it says leave Diana alone. Like, why would Garcelle be worried about Diana in that instance? Like, and Garcelle said it just right, and that's why she should have cursed Kyle out in that instance. Like, I just love the way she kind of like, I need to worry about you guys when somebody's like attacking my son. Are you serious? And then for Kyle to insert herself when it's kind of like between her and Diane, oh, that got me so mad, because I just feel like Garcelle has to get in her ass. Like, she's kind of like still supportive of Kyle, and she's talking, this is her son, she's actually like saying stuff against, like, that she's saying that basically forget about her son and worry about Diana. For her to even insert herself, I was like upset about that. What do you think?
I was upset too, and I feel like Garcelle was trying to get her point across, but not effectively.
Exactly. Again,
she fell short
again.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. And I just feel like she should have went in on Kyle and Diana both. Like, I'm not, like, I don't care what you say. Somebody's attacking my son. I'm not worried about you. And I don't care about you getting your lawyers or whatever for what my son is doing. She's crazy to even insinuate something like that and to send her a threat. I would be pissed.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. So then we get back, then we go on to the book, and Garcelle throwing Erica's.
Well, it was Lisa who threw the book.
Yeah, Lisa. Well, first it was like Erica, supposedly. And then we come to find out it wasn't Erica. It was
Lisa Rinna.
Lisa Rinna. Then we find out they have like a whole separate, they have a whole chat that is excluding Sutton and Garcelle. And what do you think about that scene?
It was more like, oh, it wasn't really Erica, it was Lisa Rinna. But again, there was a whole big thing about that scene because Andy disregarded Garcelle's feelings. You see Garcelle, I kind of felt bad for her. She looked like she was about to cry. Or was holding back tears.
Yeah. And but why? But why do you think, like, what do you think the tears was about?
She felt hurt, and she felt no one was acknowledging her at the time because they were talking about recycling and other stuff. No one paid attention to Garcelle.
Yeah, and I feel like,
that scene, no one really focused on her. It was more so making a joke about, oh, you dropped the phone, the book in the garbage. It looks like it was in recyclable. They were making jokes about it.
And then what do you think about Rinna? And because I guess basically Rinna sent like a cease and desist to her about, because Garcelle included her daughter in the book and about her eating disorder.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know why the hell Garcelle had her daughter in the book. I think that it was like
I think that she spoke about the show or something. It was something with the show and how she asked Rinna She kind of mentioned, I don't think she like was talking about her eating disorder. She mentioned that she asked Renna, like, do you feel a way about the way that you dance on Instagram when your daughter has an eating disorder?
Yeah, but I don't see why that was in the book. And Renna said she did talk to Garcelle not to add that in the book. I don't understand why that would be in Garcelle's memoir. Like, what does that have to do with Garcelle?
The show. I don't know how she tied it in, but I
Yeah.
mean, I don't. But what I didn't like is that why were they still throwing the book? I mean, I guess I would probably throw the book in the garbage too if you like putting a storyline out there about my daughter. But Garcelle said that she had her people take that part out of the book, so she did exactly what Renna asked her to do with the cease and desist. Like she did it. So why do we still got a problem?
I still would have had a problem because some people I has the book with my daughter's name on it.
You said some people have it.
Because didn't she sell the book?
Yeah, but I think when Renna sent her the letter, the cease and desist, I think that it was like the day before the book release. So it was kind of like she had to kind of do last minute shuffling, and she did end up taking it out. But I think some books did go out with the daughter in it.
Exactly. So I would do the same. I'm Team Renna on this one.
Yeah, but I think also I am like that. That's why I wish that Andy would have like kind of delved deeper into it, because I think the reason Erica was mad is because Garcelle had highlighted the part of the scene where she's like, you can look bad all by yourself. I don't need to make you look bad. So it was kind of like she kept highlighting that part of the show when they were previewing it.
Yeah, that part. And the fact that she talked about on the wheel.
Yeah. So I think that Renna and Erica have a right to. I probably would throw the book in the garbage too and take a picture of it. But I just think that Garcelle's hurt was coming from because Andy didn't delve deeper into it to talk it out. Like, so it's kind of was left on the table. Like, why did you throw the book in the garbage? Like, that's hurtful. Like, so.
I agree.
But Andy did apologize. I think some parts were good.
It's okay until you got Kathy came on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. I can't really recall much that was good.
No, but then the part with Sutton and Lisa Renna, when Sutton's like, why do you hate me so much?
What did Renna respond?
Renna was basically like, I don't hate you. And it was kind of like she kind of apologized, gave like a half-ass apology to Sutton, and basically was saying like it was because of her mother passing away and that she was a mess. She acknowledged that she was a mess.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with this reunion, they didn't really do anything extra than what we saw on the season. So it was like, okay, we already know. She already had apologized for that.
Well, she didn't really apologize to Sutton. No, she didn't.
Not to Sutton, but she apologized for her behavior as a whole.
Yeah, but no, she should have apologized to Sutton.
To Sutton, I thought she did.
I don't remember like a really heartfelt apology. Maybe she did give a half-ass apology, but she did give an apology. But I do like the way Sutton stood up for herself and basically was like, but you didn't do that to anyone else but me. And that is the truth. Like you talk about how you're so upset and that, you did all of this, like, you're such a mess, but the mess was only projected toward me. But Renna really didn't have nothing to say for herself. And Sutton was basically like, we're not friends. We're not going to be friends. And Sutton basically, not Sutton, Renna was basically like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't really think much of that either.
Mm-hmm. And then they talked about Renna's messy IG ways. And then she's just like, if you got a problem with it, put me on pause. Do what you got to do, Andy. She didn't give a damn. That's when you know you the shit. When somebody's like, whatever, fire me. Do what you got to do. I'm going to still keep being me.
Oh, my God. Yeah, she did. I like that part. She didn't really care.
Mm-hmm. Then they go into like the part 3. They talk about Erica's drinking.
Again, I feel like this was about stuff they spoke about already. They didn't. The only thing, like again, was Kathy Hilton. They didn't say anything which they didn't discuss already in that.
No, I like this part because I was waiting for Garcelle to speak up about like because the drinking has a lot to do with her cursing out her son. So I did want to see some after because this is the part where Garcelle sees it now. She sees it on tape. Now we get to see what is Garcelle's real reaction.
She still didn't deliver.
She didn't. Because then it's like she's like, why Jax? Why? And then Erica's just like, and then the way Erica's apology was, it was just kind of like, and then I had to rewind it part of it because even like Erica's apology was kind of like smug, and it was kind of like, Garcelle asked why Jax. If that happened to any of you other kids, any of the other kids, like it wouldn't have happened. Just like I said. And I just felt like, Garcelle was over. She kind of didn't really, and it's kind of like what I said. She immediately apologized. So it was kind of like Garcelle couldn't really feel like she couldn't really dig deep into her ass about it, like tear her a new one.
Nope. So that scene really didn't give anything.
Yeah, and then she asked why Jax? Girl, you know why. Like I said, go back to our old episodes where I tell you why, because like I said, I think it has a lot to do with his color. Okay, so stop playing, Garcelle. You know why. Okay, that wouldn't happen to nobody else. But I like the way she asked why, but she should have brought it up. It's just like Garcelle, and then when Andy asked her, "Do you forgive?" Like, and then she's kind of like, "Yeah." Like I would have been like, "No." And then Kyle is like, then they go back to like the scene where Kyle and Dorit are laughing at, her cursing out Jax.
Yeah.
What do you think about that scene?
They apologize. Well, Garcelle guess she was mad. They apologized, but I would have been mad at everybody.
Yeah, and then she asked Dorit, like, why, like you didn't even really stick up for, like, you didn't say nothing. You didn't say anything to Erica when she was cursing out my son. And she was like, I did. I said something. We went out to eat afterwards. First of all, how did you go out to eat afterwards when she was like twisted drunk?
They did not. She said something there, but she didn't.
She didn't say anything. She was like, he's trying to get his flowers for his mama. What is that? That's nothing. You might as well have not said nothing.
She didn't do anything. She didn't.
And she didn't even have nothing to say. That's what I'm saying. This is why Garcelle really needs to get like some kind of like, I don't want to say aggressive because black and aggressive is like you can't say that because you can't, if you don't even speak, you're considered aggressive if you're a black woman. So I don't want to say aggressive, but Garcelle really needs to get her point across of why it was so wrong. And I don't think she landed it well as to why it was so wrong. She accepted the apology immediately, but she should have dug in deeper as to why it was so wrong with Garcelle, Kyle's husband, Erica, like why all of them was so wrong in this whole situation. All of them.
Yep, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Then they talk about the earrings.
I mean, Erica feels the way she feels. She didn't seem like there's an appeal.
Yeah, and then she did not answer Andy's question when he's like, but you're trying to get the earrings back, right? And then she's like, it's on appeal for legal reasons. And then he's like, yes, that means you're getting it back. It's on appeal for legal reasons. And it was like, girl, you're trying to get the earrings back. Just say it. Like, stop.
Yeah, but she stuck to her guns. So it was more like, okay, she's not going to tell you anything. Move right along, Andy, to next.
Yeah.
She didn't give any information.
Yeah, she's not going to say anything about it. She's just going to beat around the bush. Then, is this the scene? Kathy's on the scene.
Finally, it gets good with Kathy there.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kathy that run to have it. Yeah, but After they went back and forth, her and Rena, and Erica basically said what Kathy said, and I believe Erica. That
Exactly. I see now that you have come around to my side in my thinking. Okay, because I said in the last episode, if you all watched the last episode, I said that I believe Rena and that Kathy had a meltdown and something happened and the producers, people are covering up. Something happened in between the time Kathy left that club and getting to the house. There's a big part that's missing. Something happened that caused her to have a meltdown. And did you feel bad for Kyle and her crying and boo-hooing all over the place?
You are right. And I believe Kathy didn't really defend herself. It was kind of like she said stuff, but I didn't feel like it came across like I definitely didn't do that. To me, it didn't.
I think she tried because she was basically like, I didn't send the text. Like, I think she was trying, but I think she was lying so bad. Like, I think she's not lying bad, but I think she was covering up. Like, and to me, it was just seemed like I definitely believe Erica and that she did say something racial in the club. And she said, like I said before, I believe that it was something happened and she tried to cover it up. And I think that what Andy said, that they did the human resources that they have, did an investigation. And I think now it became unfounded because as he said, he said, she said type of thing where they don't know who said it. But I believe within all of this, they accused her of it. Production covered it up because it's the Hilton. And now that it was unfounded, now the producers, and now we're talking about it now. It came on the show, it came on the reunion because now it was unfounded. Like, I don't know. I just feel like the producers were down with the cover up too.
Maybe. I mean, I didn't think it was that deep, but I just feel like I believe Erica. That she did say those things.
Yeah, I believe Erica. I believe that she said it. And I believe that she is I don't know. I do think that with the Kyle, like, what do you think about her being angry at Kyle and being like kind of Kathy directing a lot of her anger toward Kyle and Kyle being upset? Like, what do you think about that?
I think they have other issues that they're not talking about more so than just the wine. They went into back and forth about the whole wine thing, but I think as sisters, they have other issues that involves their other sister, Kim, that we don't know about. I don't think it's just that. I think there's other issues that's happening in their family.
Mm-hmm. I think that with Kathy and Kyle, I'm kind of on Kathy's side on this because Kyle did sit there like the whole time while Erica and Rena's like going in on Kathy, accusing her of these racial slurs, these these allegations that happened that supposedly she had a meltdown. She's stepping on her glasses, breaking things and stuff like that. And the whole time Kyle is not saying anything.
True. I mean, I would have been mad at Kyle too, but I think it's deeper than just that scene.
I don't think so.
You think there's more?
I think they were fine though. No, I don't think so.
I think they have more sinisterly issues
because they were fine before this. Like they could have issues from the past, but I think this is the issue. Like I think this is the main issue, and I do believe that Kathy does get upset probably easily because she does hold Kyle to a higher standard because that is her sister, and I will be the same way. I'm big on support. If I'm being ganged up on and you're my sister, I'm like that with a friend, but let alone my sister. And not only that, the way Kyle goes like full on support for Erica, for Doree, for all of these other people that are not her sister, she's inserting herself even when it comes to Garcelle's son. Like you inserting yourself and you on basically Diane's side, inserting yourself like and team Diane. You going full force with your support for the 5 Fox 4 or 5, whatever they call themselves. But with your sister, you're sitting there like while they all like piling on. Whether even like I said, I believe Erica, I believe Rena, that something did happen. I believe that Kathy did have a meltdown, but Kathy was all on her own defending herself. And I would go off on my sister if that was me too. I would be like Kathy. I would get the little golf cart and zoom away right after the reunion and not even say nothing to my sister. You let them be your sisters. I'm out.
Oh my God. Well, that's what basically I think Kathy did.
Yeah. She basically got on her golf cart and was like, did not say nothing. She gave Kyle a little like half-ass hug when she was like crying and carrying on. And then she just left and she was just like, I'm out of this bitch. Let's go. Drive me.
Yeah, that's how she ended the reunion.
And supposedly they haven't spoken since. And I feel the same way. I'm big on support. If you don't support me and I see how you are with your friends, I would be pissed.
Friends that's trying to throw me under the bus.
Yeah. But I believe that Kathy was covering up. She even denied the whole text that Renna sent that she put on IG about like don't say anything. Quiet is whatever the saying is. Just keep this under wraps.
Renna had it on phone. She deleted it on her phone.
Yeah.
So that was it, I think, for this season.
Mm-hmm.
The reunion was, it was okay.
Yeah.
So that was it for the season of Beverly Hills Housewives season 14.
Season 12.
Oh, all right. Season 12. I think that was it for the reunion. We recapped everything.
Yeah, that was it. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching and your support, because we definitely get some supporters with Beverly Hills and we appreciate it. Leave your comments down below of what your thoughts are. And whatever commentary you have, we always respond back. We see everyone's comments. And don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed, because we see a lot of people watching, but the watch time and the subscribers don't add up. So let's make that add up. Let's get the mathing. Okay. So thanks for tuning in and make sure you come again, because we'll be back on rehashing and recapping what's one now? Housewives of Potomac, because we ended with Beverly Hills. And so it's just gonna be Potomac for now.
So stay tuned and we go live.
Yeah. See you soon, smooches.
Bye.